Hey everybody, before I start I want to make an announcement, and that announcement is, remember that the new edition of MMT+trader is coming out. Well, I will be compiling the whole thing over the weekend and it is coming out on Monday. So if you have not signed up for your 30-day free trial to the MMT+trader, what are you waiting for? Go to www.pitbulleconomics.com and click on the tab that says products. Okay, this week I'm going to start to include individual trading recommendations, stocks, ETFs, futures, Forex. Okay, that's a new addition to the report because many of you have been asking me for that. Personally, I prefer to stick to the macro, and that's not going away. All the macro, all the MMT, all the fiscal flow analysis, it's all going to be there. A total breakdown of what has gone on this week, which, by the way, we're just in a little correction, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But remember, if you have not gotten your 30-day free trial to the MMT+trader report, do it. Go get it now. pitbulleconomics.com. Click on the tab that says products. All right. Now, I had a conversation with a subscriber today. Actually, turned into a very interesting conversation, and I'm glad, he asked me a question, and I'm glad he asked me that question because it made me realize that there was some more insight that I needed to provide to you guys. And you see, that gets back again to this whole thing. Why do I do this, Mike? If you're so good, why do you sell this stuff? Why do you tell people? Every time, nearly every time I have an interaction with somebody, it makes me realize something, makes me realize a teaching point. It makes me realize something about my process, what I do, my trading. Okay, it's like the proverbial analogy of the onion. You peel away a layer, there's another layer. You peel that layer off, there's another layer. Anyway, let me get to the point. Because basically, and he wasn't, in any way attacking me or anything. He was asking a question, but I think the question was sort of like, you said this was going to happen, and it's not really happening, right? If we talk about yesterday, I said buy the market. I said buy dollar yen. All that stuff has turned around, all right? Number one thing we all have to remember, okay? As good as maybe I happen to be or anyone else, we all have to remember one thing. When it comes to trading, we start off with the basic knowledge that our information is imperfect. It's just the way it is. That applies to life. We can't know everything. We try to put together as much evidence as possible to make a rational and informed decision, okay? And I teach you about all these things, MMT, and looking at fiscal flows and understanding market psychology, how people get it wrong and how we want to take advantage of their ignorance and their emotion. So we are able to amass a huge amount of evidence in our favor, but our information ultimately is imperfect. We're not omniscient. We do not know everything. Okay? So we start off with the basic premise that our information, our knowledge is imperfect. We try to get as close to perfection as possible, but remember, I've said it a million times, this is a probability game. So what happens when it doesn't turn out the way we want? Step two, we have the tools and the skills to trade out of it. I teach you that. I teach you that in my Forex course. And again, if you did not purchase the Forex course, 25 hours at $250, $10 an hour. $10 an hour. What do you want from me? One guy on here was criticizing me because I sell something. I sell all this information and this knowledge for $10 an hour. It's like, oh, look at you, Norman. You're fucking ripping people off. I mean, come on. $10 an hour. but I teach you what happened. What happens when our information is imperfect and it's not working out? Well, guess what? We have the skills and the tools and the strategies and the knowledge to get out of it. And 99% of the time, you're going to get out of it break even, maybe even with a little profit. It happened to me the other day with Aussie dollar. I bought in too soon. It went down 100 pips further. Well, guess what? I made a profit on that trade. And right now I'm long dollar yen, and it's against me over 100 pips. And guess what? I'm going to end up making a profit on that trade, or at least breaking even. So if you want the Forex course, it's going to teach you this stuff, these strategies, www.pitbulleconomics.com. For that one, click on the tab that says courses. Get the special offer, Forex video course for $250. So that's it for this video. Remember, we all start off with the understanding that our knowledge, our information is imperfect. That's just, it's always going to be that way. It is always going to be that way. And even if you have perfect information, like if somebody tells you at the Fed, we're going to do this, you are imperfect. Your behavior can be imperfect. We work on that too. That's part of the mental game. And as soon as, the sooner you realize that inherently in everything there is imperfection, but it's not something we have to worry about because we have the tools to deal with that when it doesn't work out the way we want it to work out. The best offense is a great defense. And that's what I teach. Anyway, that's it for now. Maybe I'll see you later. Bye-bye.